Hi, it's Liz Williams, and I am here again to share with you my tips from the Giving Guru, a series that I've created. If you have missed any of the previous videos, you can actually go into the Facebook group and under the video tab, they are there waiting for you, so please do that. In the last two videos, I focused on how not to give your money away and how to give it away effectively. So that was our focus area in the last 2 weeks. But today I want to turn to another way that you can share that goes beyond just writing a check or donating. You can actually share your time and your talent. And it is incredibly valuable and incredibly needed, particularly in the nonprofit community, regardless of what it is you think you have or have not to share. So I love to start with volunteering for this reason. Volunteering is a great way to get a peek into the inner workings of a nonprofit organization. And you can do this before you ever write a check, make a donation, or commit to anything long term. So volunteering, in this case, you're going to want to do something that's local so that you can actually go to the organization. Now, in the times that we're in right now, that's really difficult and probably not happening at all for the most part, but we will come out of this and your volunteering will be much needed, probably even more than ever. So that is a first way. And what I mean by volunteering is you simply go to an organization that you're drawn to that's addressing a cause that's important to you, and you say, I would love to share my time in whatever way you need. And you kind of let them direct it from there. You can say I'm available, a couple of hours a week or a couple of hours a month. You can give those stipulations, but you're essentially just saying, where can I help? Now there's another level of sharing your talent, and that is called skills-based volunteering. So in this case, you are actually focusing on an area where you have some level of expertise. So it might be finance, it might be marketing, human resources, it might be strategy and programming. Whatever the skill is that you bring, that's what you want to share. And so you're more specific with what commitment you're looking for. I would like to do a project for you. I would like to handle your social media, or set up a social media program for you. I would like to help you review your financials. I would like to focus on your IT and make sure that your systems are in place so that you can measure your impact. Things like that are skills-based volunteering, and again, it's incredibly valuable, and it is something you can do during this COVID shutdown, because projects like that, project work, can absolutely be done without having to be face-to-face. Everything could be done virtually. So that's something you could do right away. And once again, it's going to give you some really good insight into the organization, what they're doing, who the management team is, and maybe even who the board of directors are. So you're going to get a level of insight where you know, is this an organization that I might like to make a longer term commitment to? The last way you can serve is by serving on a board of directors. And I am really, really going to encourage you to do this at some point, and sooner rather than later. Why? Because we need women in leadership positions in the nonprofit world and the for-profit world. And starting in the nonprofit world is a great way to get some exposure to what is it like to serve on a board. But I want to emphasize that before you jump into that, do your homework. I have served on a number of boards that are ineffective, and unfortunately, it happens a lot. So rather than wasting your time, and it can be a waste of time when you commit to a board position, try to get to know the organization a little bit better before you make that commitment. Even see if you could sit in on a board meeting, and you'll get a sense of how things happen. What I've seen a lot is we come together in a board meeting, there's a lot of great talk, a lot of great ideas, and then everyone leaves and nothing happens. Or everyone leaves and they expect the team members, the employees of the nonprofit, to carry out the plans. Team members are already stretched thin. They don't have the time to take something else on. So they're relying on the board members to do their part to help out. And so that's what I really want to encourage you to do. I see Irene Martinez saying, good tips. Thank you, Irene. Good to see you here. Okay, so let's talk about, though, board service and what that actually means. If you do commit to serve on a board, you are making a commitment. And it's likely a year-long commitment. It could be longer if you choose to. So you will be expected to attend meetings. They might be monthly, they might be every other month. You will be expected to donate. And I don't want that to hold you back, but that's really, really important. You know, when you're looking to contribute to an organization, if you were to hear that members of the board are actually not donating money, wouldn't you kind of question why that is? So it's really important to be in that leadership position and show your confidence in and support of an organization by donating. Now, sometimes there is a give and get policy, which means you may be expected to give or get $5,000 annually, for example. That means either you give it yourself or you find others, family members, friends, others who might want to contribute, and with their contributions, it equals that $5,000. So that's a possibility, but you want to be clear on that before you make that commitment. You might also be expected to solicit donations from friends, families, colleagues, family members and colleagues. So if that doesn't feel comfortable to you, consider that before you dive in, because it is expected that nonprofit organizations need funding. They need resources. And so it is expected that a priority for you will be to help them to access additional funding. So be aware of that. What sometimes happens is you'll sign something called a board commitment form. Now, those are in organizations that are a little bit more sophisticated, and they would have this board commitment form, and it would lay out exactly what will be expected of you. That's really helpful so that you know before you sign on the dotted line what you're getting yourself into. So in my series, Tips from the Giving Guru, this last piece is called Don't Waste Your Time, How to Be an Effective Board Member. So I actually list out some really important things for you to consider about your due diligence. What questions should you be asking before you make that commitment? And I lay it out for you. Do your due diligence, understand the expectations before you commit, and expect to donate time and money. And under each of those, there are bullet points that are really specific about what you should be considering. So that is available. If you, in the welcome video for this group, right underneath there's a link that you can sign up to get the tips, and you'll get the whole series. And once again, if you've missed earlier videos, you can go back into the video tab on this Facebook group, and you'll be able to access those. But the actual things that I send out are more detailed than I'm providing in the videos. Finally, I just want to say that if you do decide to commit to a board, please take it seriously. We in the AWE community don't do this to build a resume or just to say, isn't it nice that I serve on a board? We do this because we're passionate about a cause. We want to support this organization, and we want to share our time, talent, and treasure. And so we're committing to something that's really important. And I know you are all very committed, but I just want to say that because there are a lot of people out there that aren't really taking their commitment seriously, their commitment to the nonprofit community, to social enterprises, and I don't want to see that from our community. But again, I do want to encourage you to step up and lead. We need women leaders in every sector of society, and this is one way that you can lend your time, talent, and treasure and really make a significant impact on the world. So I encourage that. I hope this was valuable. Please always reach out with questions, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks. Have a great day. Be bold, be daring, and be audacious.